next segment.
All right.
And it's time to bring you up to date with what's happening at Central Valley Electric Cooperative. And Ray Lynn is here with us today. And I was reading the Beyond the Wire article, and you have a nice article about what is demand.
Right.
Which is important to kind of know what that is. And you've got a couple of examples of one person, the female.
Right.
is smart and does the cooking and then runs the dishwasher.
Right.
Whereas Dan, he runs them both at the same time.
Right.
Even though he's later in the day. But because he's running them both at the same time, his demand for power is greater than Mary,
Right.
who spread it out over a period of time.
Right. Yeah. So demand is basically what you demand from us. And the more you have turned on, the higher your demand is. And so, I mean, if you understand that, that kind of goes into talking about peak days.
Mm-hmm.
So today is another called peak day from Western Farmers Electric Cooperative, our wholesale power provider. And so between June 20th and I want to say September 15th, they can call peak days. And then they take the top 3 to 5 of the highest peaks that Central Valley, our entire system, puts on their system. So however high our demand is, they take the top 3 to 5 and they average that, and then that's how they bill us the next 12 months. So when we have a called peak day, that's why we ask people between the hours of 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., please conserve electricity, because that's just going to help lower our wholesale power costs in the future. And so understanding kind of what demand is can kind of help you conserve that energy during those peak hours. So, don't use your washer and dryer at the same time, because I guarantee you, every time I turned on my washer this weekend, my air conditioner came on at the same time.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I'm putting more demand on the system, and then the more lights and TVs and computers and gaming consoles, people don't realize how much energy a gaming console actually uses.
Mm-hmm.
So if your kids are not playing them, make sure that they've got them turned off. So those things can use energy. And then of course all these appliances add heat into your home.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Therefore making your AC work and use more power.
We just swapped all these out for LEDs this weekend.
And that helps tremendously.
We've done it in the rest of the building. We just had not
done it in here
yet. And so, yeah, these are all LEDs. So,
right.
And again, you're really amazed by how much heat just regular incandescent light bulbs throw off.
I have a graphic, and it shows a light bulb, and it shows where 90% of it is heat, 10% of it is light.
Mm-hmm.
So it puts off a lot of heat.
Yeah, they're not very efficient.
No.
At the time they were invented, they were very efficient.
Oh, absolutely. It's the only game you had. So
yeah, it's we deal with that with like our transmitters. Like one of our older transmitters is 72% efficient.
Oh, there you go.
So 72% of it energy
right
goes up the antenna in signal.
Right.
And the rest is dissipated as heat.
Right. Yep.
And so,
absolutely.
And so anybody that's in business or anything that has to deal with those types of questions. Now, the solid state transmitter we have up in Roswell still dissipates a lot of heat, but it's more like 80% efficient. It's a lot more efficient than the old tube type transmitters that we have out there. So, but yeah, just little things like that, like the LED light bulbs and
changing your air filters, unplugging things that you don't need. I know people just leave their cell phone chargers plugged in all the time. That's pulling a little bit of electricity. And I mean, it's just the little things that you can do in your home add up. And during a peak day between 2 and 6, that just helps lower Central Valley Electric's peak onto Western Farmers. And the more energy or the less energy you use, the lower your bill's going to be.
Yeah.
And I know this past month, bills have just gone out and bills are high. And there's several reasons why. One is it's been hotter. So you're using more AC. So that's just more usage. People that are on wells, sometimes they don't think about this. The more you water, the more your well runs, the more power you're using.
Right.
That's going to be on your bill.
Right.
And then, so that's one of the reasons. And then at the end of May, our AMI meters, we had an issue with some of the meters not bringing back the readings. And so we didn't have those readings to put on that bill. And so those readings were added on to this month's bill. So some members are going to have 35 to 37 days in their billing period. So there's a good 5 to 7 extra days on the billing period.
So it was a little less before.
A little less before. And then more, I think last month my bill had 25 days. This month it had 37 days.
Okay.
So that's an issue this month as well. But really one of the main reasons is our fuel and purchase power cost adjustment. And so that's just a straight pass through. CVE makes no profit on the PCA. It's basically the price of wholesale power purchased and the fuel used to generate it has gone up. And fuel prices aren't looking to go down. So we don't anticipate that power cost adjustment on your bill is going to go down. So last May, it was a credit on your bill.
I was going to ask you, I think you said this before, that it's always been on the bill.
Right.
But most people don't see it as anything because it
was a credit.
A credit, yeah.
So last June is when we had our first charge for that PCA. And at the time, that was 0.000815 cents per kilowatt hour. So if you used 1,000 kilowatt hours times that is 81.5 cents.
I was going to say about 81 cents.
Right.
Okay.
This June, our PCA is at 2.8 cents.
Oh my goodness.
A kilowatt hour. So for those same 1,000 kilowatt hours, with the fuel cost adjustment this month, is $28.26.
Yeah.
So, and that is, like I said, it's a straight pass through, and it's just guaranteeing that CVE paid, or members pay what we paid for that wholesale power. We don't make a profit on that. That factor changes monthly. And talking with Chuck this morning, he doesn't anticipate that wholesale power prices and fuel prices are going down. So the more you can do at your house to conserve energy, then the less kilowatt hour usage you'll have. And I mean, we've got to do all we can to keep our personal bills down. I mean, that's just what we do. But
yeah. Unfortunately, because everything else has gone up.
Exactly. I mean, it's just kind of a snowball effect, honestly.
And you know, it may not sound like much, but for a lot of folks that are on fixed incomes or limited incomes.
No, absolutely.
It is an issue.
Right.
One of the things that CVE offers is the home energy audits.
We do.
And a lot of times you only talk about those in the winter because it's cold in the winter, but a home energy audit, I'm assuming, can help out when it's hot.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you're interested in a free home energy audit, give us a call. We'll get you on the list with Green Metal Energy. They've been very, very quick to respond and get these scheduled. I know I sent some to her yesterday. She's already got them scheduled.
Oh, wow.
And so they'll go in and they do what's called a blower door test. And they basically, I think of it as pressurizing your home. And then they can go around and see where you're losing heating and cooling. And then they'll make some small minor repairs. They'll do weather stripping. They'll do caulking around windows, door sweeps. They'll adjust doors. They also look at the ductwork, make sure all the ductwork's intact. And they'll just, I mean, they do foaming around the plumbing penetrations. So just any place that you're going to lose heating and cooling, then they're going to do their best to help correct that. So. And
then if there's anything beyond that basic scope, then they'll make recommendations.
Yes. Yes.
So, and that's free to CVE members.
It is, and honestly, it's a program for XL Energy members too. Green Metal Energy is also contracted with XL Energy, so you can go to the Green Metal Energy Facebook page, and there's a number that XL Energy customers can use and call as well. So.
Okay. Well, that's probably a big thing to do because, as you said, the energy costs, unless something really changes worldwide for that matter, we're probably going to be dealing with these levels of cost for a little while.
For a while, right. And we just want people to know that our rates haven't changed. We did have an adjustment to our rates where we added a renewable energy rate tariff to some of our rates, but the rest of our rates have not changed.
And that would have only affected folks that were
on renewable energy.
Adding the renewable energy.
Yes.
Then they would have had that.
They would have been on that rate, right?
But for everyone else, it still has, a wire.
Right.
coming from the whatever, I was going to say transfer station.
The transformer?
The transformer.
You were close.
I was close.
You were close.
Then that rate hasn't changed. It's
Correct.
Just this fuel adjustment.
The fuel, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So peak demand day is today.
Today.
So
yes.
between 2 and 5?
6.
2 and 6. 2 and 6. If you can, don't be like Dan. Be more like Mary, but push it back to after 6 o'clock. Oh, yeah,
right.
Mary did this after 6. Mary's smart. And just try to lower the demand.
Yes.
So we're not saying go without air conditioning.
No, but if you can turn your thermostat up a couple of degrees just for those couple of hours, you'd be amazed how much that would help the demand.
Yeah.
And turn a ceiling fan on. A ceiling fan does not pull near as much power or demand as much power as your regular AC units are going to.
Now, I would recommend, if you haven't had the ceiling fan on for a while, dust the top of it. Because as soon as does that thing still work, and you kick it on, and the next thing you know, you're getting showered with dust and dirt and everything. But those things work amazing. I mean, they were all the rage for a while there.
Well, and they're there to keep you cool. They do not cool a room off. They're there to keep you cool. So if you leave the room for an extended period of time, turn it off.
Yeah. Well, and if you really want to get into this, look at the smart home technology. Get the smart, and again, it costs money to do that, so it may not be as simple as just turning on a fan or raising the thermostat a degree, but as you're looking at making upgrades, the smart thermostats can be programmed. They can sense when people are in the room.
Right.
You can put smart switches on certain rooms and fixtures that motion sense, that come on when there's motion, and then after a lack of motion, we'll turn things off. The LED lights, they really have gotten very reasonable in price. The LEDs are.
Well, and at these home energy audits, they're going to give you some LED lights, so that'll just kind of help out.
So
absolutely.
So call you if they want to get a
call Kyler or I at 575-746-3571, and we will get you guys signed up for the home energy audit.
It'll be a good time to get it done.
Absolutely.
And you'll have it all set and ready to go, and it'll help you in the wintertime because you've already got it done.
That's right.
Well, very good. Folks, if they want to get their newsletter, does that go out in the mail, or do they get the email?
It does go out in their bill. It also gets sent through an email for those that have signed up for email, but it's always on our website.
Okay.
Yeah.
So CVE...
COOP.org.
.org. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yep.